Good morning, manatees and Valley West family members. My name is Mrs. Nwuba, math specialist for Valley West Elementary School. Thank you for joining me today, Wednesday, May 13, 2020, for the morning announcements. Let's rise as we say the pledges. The United States Pledge. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Texas Pledge. Honor the Texas flag. I pledge allegiance to thee, Texas, one state under God, one and indivisible. And now for a brief moment of silence. Thank you everyone for joining me today, Wednesday, for the morning announcements. I want to focus on two words today, and that is support and encouragement. I want to start off by saying thank you so very much, parents, for all the support you've been giving your children, your students during this time of distance learning. I focus on the area of mathematics. So I want to say a big kudos to all the wonderful work that the boys and girls have been doing and passing their Imagine Math lessons. Thank you for that support, parents, because without you, they wouldn't have been able to. We have seen a lot of growth. We've seen a lot of passes this time around. So keep up with that good work, parents. Thank you for your support. And now I also want to say thank you for the wonderful teachers that have continued to encourage you boys and girls in the area of making sure that your lessons are completed and that you take it seriously. Thank you for the encouragement that the teachers have continued to pour into you, spending time, giving you calls, or you calling them, and they being available to help you at any time. So I say to you, boys and girls, continue with the good work. Do not give up. Remember, learning is never having to say, I can't. So continue with Imagine Math. Do the best you can. And let's see the class that would be the highest scoring class this week in the area of Imagine Math. And with that said, Ms. Sharafat, our wonderful robotics teacher, will be bringing to you a wonderful lesson on robotics and robots all together. Thank you guys. Love you all. Stay tuned for Ms. Sharafat. Bye.
Good morning, everybody. Today we are going to be completing a mission which incorporates some of the steps that we have learned this year. So for the month of May, usually what I do is talk about STEM careers, but I've decided to review some of the things that we've learned and apply them to a mission. So our mission today is to write a program that mocks a competition layout. I don't have a competition board here at home, so I used a poster board and drew 4 quadrants and a starting point on the poster board. And I wrote a program using some of the steps that we've learned this year to have my EV3 move around a balloon that is on top of a cup. So I'm going to show you what my game board looks like right quick before I explain what I did. Okay, so that was my game board. The goal is to have the EV3 start at the starting point and not go beyond the borders of the poster board. So I wrote a program. Initially, when I looked at the layout of the balloon and whatnot, I thought that I could use our wide turn. We learned about 3 turns this year, and I thought that I could write a program to have the EV3 make a wide turn around the balloon. But when I tried that program, the EV3 went past the edges of the poster board and my EV3 almost ran off the table. So I decided to start over, and in my program I used 2 blocks repeating over and over again. I used a move steering block and a move tank block for my turn, and I decided to use a pivot turn. I could have written my program shorter like we learned last week, but I decided to write the long version out so that way you could see step by step what it looks like. So the object of the mission is to start the EV3 in the starting point, navigate around the balloon without knocking it over, and then returning to the starting point. So I hope you all enjoy this, and I will explain the program in just a minute. Thank you. Alrighty friends, today we are writing a program to have our EV3 navigate around a balloon. When I first looked at this program, as I said, I thought that I could write a program where I could use a wide turn, but then the EV3 moved beyond the edges of the poster board. So then I looked at the layout of my board and decided to write a program that's very similar to our square and rectangle program that we used to have the EV3 move around the balloon. So the first block that I'm going to use is a move steering block. I used my ruler to measure the distance from the starting point to get into the first quadrant, and I decided to set my rotation at 0.5. So my EV3 is moving straight, and I had it move for half of a rotation into quadrant 1. Now I need my EV3 to make a turn. Remember that when we have our EV3 turn, we use a move tank block. So I'm coming down here to my green menu, and I'm selecting a move tank block. And I need my EV3 to make a pivot turn. Remember, a pivot turn is where one motor is turned off and the other is on. So looking at the direction of my EV3, I need for motor B to be turned off, and I need motor C to be turned on, and I need for my EV3 to move at 1 rotation. Now it's made that turn, I need for my EV3 to move straight. Again, I measured the distance with a ruler. So now I need to have my EV3 move straight, and I'm going to set my rotations to be 1.5. And now I need my EV3 to make another turn. So I'm going to put a move tank block into my workspace. Looking at the direction that I need my EV3 to turn, again, I'm using a pivot turn. I need motor B to be turned off, so I set that at 0. And I need motor C to be on at 50. And again, I need 1 rotation. Now not move tank, sorry. I need my EV3 to move straight. And I need my rotation to be set at 1.5 again. Oops. And everything else in my move steering block stays the same. Going to go back to my green menu. Now I need for my EV3 to make a turn. So I'm going to use another move tank block to have my EV3 turn. Going to use my extension cable here and plug it in so I can complete my code. And I'm looking at the direction that I need my EV3 to turn. Again, I need motor B to be off, so I'm going to set that at 0. And I need my motor C to be on at 50 to make that pivot turn. And now I'm going to use another move steering block. I'm going to check my notes here to make sure that I am setting this to the right thing. I need my rotations to be set at 1.5 again. And now I'm going to have my EV3 make another turn. Again, I need motor B to be off at 0, motor C at 50, my rotation at 1. And now this is the last move steering block that I'm using to get my EV3 back into the starting block. So I'm going to leave everything the same. I'm going to leave it at 1 rotation. And this is my program that I use to have my EV3 navigate around the balloon and get from the starting block back to the end block. It is the same 2 blocks over and over again. I used a move steering block and a move tank block, and I used a pivot turn. That's where one motor is on and the other is off. So I hope you guys enjoy this, and this is just a review of some of the things that we have learned this year. Thank you. Have a good week.